ma belle ville, c'est grand frigida, c'est le palais d'Alve, qui vous courdo et séville, qui vous courdo et séville. Tous ces balcons sont ouverts, tous ces bazards fans, toute la cour des sultanes s'y tient sous la mer de verre, assez près des oreillettes, à savoir donnons le sort, chanter la jeune Zaïde, les pieds dans ce mur d'or. Ma belle ville, c'est Grenoble, Frigida, c'est le palais d'Alve, qui vous courdo et séville, qui vous courdo et séville. La reine lui dit, ma fille, tu viens dedans, je n'en sais rien. N'a-t-elle pas défamé, oh ma reine, j'aime mon bien, oh ma mère, je peux perdre ce soleil bien de douceur. La sierra, c'est ma mère, et les étoiles, mes sœurs. Ma belle ville, c'est Grenoble, Frigida, c'est le palais d'Alve, qui vous courdo et séville, qui vous courdo et séville. Cependant sur la colline, Zaïde à la nuit pleurait. Et là je suis orpheline, de moi qui se chargerait. Un cavalier vit la belle, la brille sur sa selle d'or, grenade loin d'elle, mais Zaïdi rêve encore. Ma belle ville, c'est Grenoble, Frigida, c'est le palais d'Alve, qui vous courdo et séville, qui vous courdo et séville. Thank you so much. I hope you're all well tonight. Thank you so much for coming, and a special thanks to VSA for bringing us here and allowing us to do this concert. We're especially excited. I'll tell you that I have a book that is just coming out tomorrow, so this is the official launch concert, and it actually is on sale here, and there are signs. It's actually on sale right now, and will be on sale after, and it's a memoir about my life as a blind artist. So I'm particularly excited to be here tonight because I'm so glad to be able to share this with you, and it'll hit the shelves tomorrow, so if you get it tonight, you will be among the special few who have it before the official on sale date. So now we're gonna share a lot of fun music with you. Right now we're gonna be doing O mio babino caro. You've probably heard it on some British Airways commercial or something like that, but it's a great aria, and it's this girl appealing to her dad and hitting his soft spot, and trying to get him to relent. Babino caro, mi piace piace bello, v'andare in porta rossa a combinar l'anello. Sì, sì, ci voglio andare, e se la mai intorno vorrà su Ponte Vecchio, ma per buttare indarno a me straga e me tormento. Oh, Deo, vorrei morire. Babbo pietà, Babbo pietà, And now for the habanera by Carmen. I just said that in a most peculiar Italian accent. This is a French aria. Sorry about that there. Habanera. This is from Carmen, and she says, if you love me, you better watch out. L'amoretta was belle con una petite apprivoisée, et si bien avec qu'on l'appelle, c'est lui combien de refuser. Rien n'y fait, mais nos soupirs la parle bien, l'autre se tait, et c'est l'autre que je préfère. Il n'y a rien dit, mais il me plaît. L'amour, 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 l'amour est enfant de bohème. Il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je me prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. L'oiseau que tu croyais si prendre battit de l'île et s'envola. L'amour est loin de plus l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout quoi l'éternel, il t'invite, il n'a sa vague, puis il revient. Tout quoi le tenir, il t'invite, tout quoi la vie, il te tient. L'amour d'enfant de bohème, il n'a jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes de me bragueur toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si je ne m'aime pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Thank you so much. This is such a fun place to perform. So you hear this great echo, so it's like l'amour, l'amour, l'amour. Okay, so now we are going to do some Gershwin for you. This is a beautiful arrangement of Someone to Watch Over Me. There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still I'm often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm gonna seek a certain lad I had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found him yet. He's the big affair I cannot forget. Only man I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add his initials to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this last lamb? There's somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that he turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to one who'll watch over me. Although he may not be the man songers think of as handsome, to my heart he carries the key. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed? Follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Won't you tell him please to put on some speed? Follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Someone to watch over me. So I've always had this obsession with Barbra Streisand, and it's because she just has this gorgeous voice. She's Jewish. I'm Jewish. And she's just this incredible person in general. She was not only an actress and a wonderful singer, but she was a director. And in the time when she was directing, it was almost unheard of to have a woman director. So she was really, really special. And when I was in Hebrew school, this was when I was back 6, 7 years old, we had to do this wax museum project. And this project, what it required was that we were going to make these figures. These were supposed to be our Jewish heroes. And we were supposed to make them come alive, and we would be the live version of that wax figure, and we would talk a little about our favorite hero. Now, of course, people talk about Golda Meir and Hannah Senesh, all these people, and I talk about Barbra Streisand, so I knew I was going to be in some kind of entertainment field, even as a 7-year-old, right? So I ended up, I did the wax figure of her, and sure enough, my teacher says, you've got to do a little bit more on the nose here. And I was like, oh, and she said, your nose and Barbara's nose, that's what makes you guys look alike. And so we're sculpting and sculpting and sculpting, and there's a little bump, and then there's more sculpting, and then finally we reached the end of the nose. And it gave me such an insight not only to how Barbra Streisand looked, but how I looked. And it made me so happy that we had the same nose, or similar nose, rather. Well, so my father, this is years and years later, fast forward a bunch of years, and my father is at his country club playing golf with this gentleman who is an accountant. And this accountant is also the accountant for James Brolin, Barbara's husband. And my dad, being full of chutzpah, says, can you give this CD of my daughter, this is when I was in high school, so this is heartily embarrassing, can you give this CD of my daughter singing to Babs? Well, I don't think he called her Babs, probably called her Barbara or Miss Streisand or whatever. But so he did, this guy did, and a few months later, we just forgot all about it, and I'm in college. I was a freshman in college. I get this call from my mom saying she got a call from somebody who was working for a detailing company for cars, and she was detailing a black Mercedes, and this black Mercedes had a CD, and it had my name on it, and she really wanted to buy the CD, and it was playing in her CD changer. And my mom tells me this story, and I'm like, oh my God! So the funny thing is, it was like full circle, because I had listened to Barbara in my mother's car for how many years? My God, since I was a little kid, 4 or 5 years old, loving her voice. And then she's now listening to me in her CD changer. And she might have only listened to it once, but it didn't matter. I was just like, oh my God, I'm in Barbra Streisand's CD changer. So now we're going to do a song for you which talks about probably a lot of the things that Barbara talks about, never letting anybody rain on her parade and getting in her way. So you should always go after your dreams, and I certainly do, and I think everybody needs to do that. Don't tell me not to live, just sit in putta. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a crowd to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told me you're allowed to rain on my parade? I march my band out, I beat my drum. And if I'm fanned out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it, but rather I'm the rose of sheer perfection, a freckle on the nose of life's complexion, a cinder on the shiny apple of its eye. I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, only can die once, right, sir? Ooh, life is juicy, juicy, and you'll see I gotta have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I've simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'm gonna live and live now, get what I want, I know how. One roll for the whole show bang, one toll that bell will go clang. Eye on the target and wham, one shot, one gunshot and bam! Hey, Mr. Ornstein, at that, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it, but get it for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. No, nobody is gonna rain on my parade. Thank you so much. Just gonna grab a sip of water. Gotta do that after that song, my gosh. All right. I love telling stories with audiences, so bear with me here. And I guess just to give you a little bit of insight into what's going on in the book as well, I used to have a wonderful guide dog named Mark. Mark was a black lab poodle cross. But he looked more like half Muppet and half Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And so Mark and I we lived in New York together, and so we would go everywhere by ourselves. But I was terrified when I first got Mark because I was this shelter little valley girl, and my mother didn't even let my brother walk on his own. She had made him basically depend on her driving until he got his own license. So I felt very scared of the big wide world, and even though I had gone through college, I went to places like Oberlin, which was tiny, and this whole campus was encompassed in this one little place. And then I went to New Haven, to Yale, and that's when I got Mark, was my second year at Yale. And then we get to New York, and I remember that this one intersection was like my nemesis. It was like the bridge between me and freedom, 72nd Street and Broadway. There's a subway stop there, there's a bus stop, and there's just 1,000,001 things going on. It's just craziness. So I was terrified to do it, and actually there were many times that I did it with somebody and Mark, and I was still shaking. But one day I woke up, I said, you know what, Mark? We're going to tackle this intersection by ourselves. I'm shaking. I put his harness on. We go outside. We live just 3 blocks away from this intersection. And so we finally get there, and I take Mark's harness, and I say, okay, Mark, we're going to do this, right? We're going to do this by ourselves. This is the first time. And he's sitting there going, okay, wagging his tail, whatever. Trucks are going by. There's this really loud, just earth-shattering noise as the subway goes by, honking, everything. And we're standing there, it feels like minutes and then hours, but it's just really 30 seconds. And all of a sudden, I hear that the traffic has stopped and we can go. And I said, Mark, forward. And we crossed the street. And it was just unbelievable. And Broadway has this island in the middle. So we had made it to the island. And we're just about to cross the second half of Broadway. And then Mark goes forward, and all of a sudden he's veering me into the middle of the street. I'm like, oh gosh, oh my God, I thought my heart stopped. I was like, Mark, I'm gonna kill you. A bunch of 4-letter words came to mind. I was so scared. But then I realized what he was doing. He was taking me around a parked car in the middle of the intersection, and then he got me back to safety. And I got on my hands and knees, and started crying hysterically and hugging him. And it was just this major thing that we had just made our bid for freedom, and it was like going skydiving and encountering and overcoming a fear of heights. It was just like that. And people in New York who were watching must have thought we were ridiculous. Just me and this dog jumping up and down and crying, and Mark getting really excited and snorting. But New York, anything goes. You see a lot of crazy stuff. Anyway, so that was Mark. Mark and I he was so dependable. We would go everywhere. We went to Italy, we went to Chicago, we went to Israel, we went to Canada. He was with me everywhere, and we did so much on our own together, and he made me independent. And so this next song that we're going to do is really such a wonderful song because it talks about never ever having to do life alone, never having to walk alone. And when I had a guide dog, I definitely felt that. I never had to walk alone. So this is dedicated to Mark, who's now living in LA with my mother, so I get to still see him. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Thank you. This next song is great. It's from Company, Sondheim, and Sondheim is so fantastic with words, just so poetic, and he can make a rhyme out of anything. And this song is called Being Alive, and it's just all about just wanting to feel, and relying on another person to make you feel things that you've never felt before. So this is Being Alive. Somebody hold me too close. Somebody hurt me too deep. Somebody sit in my chair and ruin my sleep and make me aware of being alive. Being alive. Somebody need me too much. Somebody know me too well. Somebody pull me up short and put me through hell and give me support for being alive. Being alive. Make me alive. Make me confused. Mock me with praise. Let me be used. Vary my days, but alone is alone, not alive. Somebody crown me with love. Somebody force me to care. Somebody make me come through. I'll always be there, as frightened as you, to help us survive. Be This is a very special moment for us because we are premiering something here on the East Coast that we wrote together, Jenny and I. And Jenny, I could go on and on and on and on and on about how much Jenny is an incredible person, but I'll just tell you that she's a wonderful clarinetist, pianist, composer, and producer. I guess she's kind of like Barbara Streisand. She does many things, but anyway. She and I started working on this new album together, and it's going to be called The Girl I Am. And this song is about an experience I had when I was in middle school. And what happened was that I had a very good friend of mine when I was venting to her about how isolated I felt and how I felt like none of the kids liked me, and I sat alone so many times at lunch, and she basically said to me, well, of course, those kids can't relate to you. You're not relatable. Like, you're not going to have a boyfriend ever. They're into boys, and you're never going to have a job and have a real life. You'll always be dependent on your family, and just all these things, because she was referring to the fact that I was blind and that I would never have real richness in my life, and that I was sort of living this half-life. Well, even though I knew this wasn't true, I was so vulnerable at the time that I just broke down, and I let her recreate my identity, and I was so depressed. But you know what? I do have a resilient streak in me, and I did bounce back from that, and you know what? I have the most incredible life. Hey, we're here now. I have this incredible life. I get to sing at the Kennedy Center for you, and so many of you, I know so many of you. There's so many of you I don't know, but in any case, I'm here, and I'm with this wonderful collaborator and partner in so many ways in my life. I have so many great friends. I do have romance. So, everything that this girl said was false, and everything that I felt at the time is no longer there. And we get through it. We get through our teenage years. Amazingly enough, we survive. It's just unbelievable how that happens. But so this song is two kids that would be in middle school or high school who might be having just a bit of a hard time. And it's to show them that you're going to get through it, and you're going to have this amazing life. All the people who are nerds and outcasts in school, they own computer companies, they own Google, you know what I mean? They own big companies, they have lots of money, they don't have to worry. So this song is really for people who felt that way in high school and now have a better sense of identity and are happy and healthy. And it's called The Girl I Am. You were the hope of a confidant when I was quite alone. But in your presence it was clear that I was on my own. There I stood, a normal girl with teenage hopes and dreams. But superimposed upon my image was a shadow dark and mean. You were cool, so I thought you'd change their minds. You'd show them I was not so different, that I was their kind. You joined them to talk boys and to play with their hair. You treated me like I didn't matter, like I wasn't even there. Don't tell me what I deserve, this is how my life should be. Don't try to shape the girl I am. I thought I had bled dry, and still you made me bleed. You made me hate the girl I am. When I had you to myself, I wanted to get away. But I was trapped inside the words you felt compelled to say. You said I'd never share the moonlight, that I'd never know romance. I'd never know life's rich surprises. I'd never have the chance. The sun's bright light was growing distant, upstaged by dark clouds, and slowly I was being ripped to shreds as your voice rang clear and loud. It doesn't take a gun to kill or a knife to cause deep cuts. You could have destroyed me, but bouncing back is what I do best. Don't tell me what I deserve. This is how my life should be. Don't try to shape the girl I am. I thought I had bled dry, and still you made me bleed. You made me hate the girl I am. Don't let the power of your dreams take my alibi. Friends should be the ones to lift you up, not the ones to watch you fall. To the girl who hates her body, to the girl who has no friends, to the girl who cries herself to sleep, don't fret, it's not the end. Just take a look inside yourself to know the best in you. Now I know life's rich surprises, and I know that you will too. I share the moonlight with my love, and I laugh with my friends. I make the best of memories, and I don't want life to end. If anyone should knock you down and take your dreams away, just get right up and stand up tall, and this is what you say. Don't tell me what I deserve. This is how my life should be. Don't try to shape the girl I am. My skin is made of steel, and you can't make me bleed. Because I love the girl I am. Because I love the girl I am. All right, well, this next song, it's called The Girl in 14G. And Jenny and I lived in New York for 7 years. And you know who you get to know better than your friends and your loved ones, even your best friend in the whole world, even your dog, you know who you know better? Your neighbor. And whether you want to or not, you may not know anything about them emotionally, you don't know what's going on in their day, but you know things. You know that they sing Madonna in the shower, for example. You know that's what the name of their wireless network is, so you gather that they're obsessed with Madonna, right? You know sometimes a little bit too much information. You know, if your bedrooms are facing you get the drift. Anyway, so this, this song is about that scenario, and you'll get it. It's a great story, The Girl in 14G. I just moved in to 14G, so cozy, calm, and peaceful. Heaven for a mouse like me, with quiet by the leaseful. Pets are banned, parties too, and no solicitations. Window seat with garden view, a perfect nook to read a book. I'm lost in my Jane Austen when I hear, oh, flat below. From an opera wannabe in 13G, a matinee of some cantata, Wagner's Ring and Traviata. My first night in 14G, I'll put up with Puccini, brew myself a cup of tea, crochet until she's feeny, 8:30, not a peep, except the clock tick-tockin'. Now I lay me down to sleep, a comfy bed beneath my head. I've got a yawn, I'm almost gone, and then do-wee-zwa-do-ta-do-do, speedly-dee-do-da-fleety, ba-da-da-da-da-na-na-na-na, woo-wee! Now the girl upstairs wakes me unawares, blowing down from 15G, her reveille. She's scatting like her name is Ella. Guess who answers a cappella? Zoop-doo, floody-doy, oh! Zoop-doo, floody-doy, oh! I'm not one to raise my voice, make a fuss, or speak my mind, but might I query, would you mind just stop? That felt great. Stop. Oh, 13, 15, 14G. Most unlikely trio, not quite 3-part harmony. All day, all night we're singing zip doody floydy doy, zee-bop doo-da boy da boy. Stop. Ooh, I've had my fill of peace and quiet. Shout out loud, I changed my diet, all because of 14G. We're going to leave you with a very special song. And the reason it's special is because I'm going to make you participate and join me. And I think you'll all know this song. But if you don't, you'll learn it very quickly. It goes, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Got it? It's the Leonard Cohen Hallelujah. And I love singing this song because it just, people don't know what the heck the words mean. But it doesn't matter because it makes you just want to go for your dreams. It really does. And so we're going to leave you with this one. And again, I will be around to say hi to all of you. And if you're interested in a book, and if I might be so pretentious to ask if you want a signed copy, you can purchase one and I can sign it for you. And so those are being sold. There are signs, and there is a table with all these books. And I just saw the book for the first time last week, and I'd gotten my author copies in the mail, and it was just unbelievable. I thought to myself, when did I write this? Was I sleeping? Because it was like thick. I'm like, when did I write this? Seriously. It's just amazing to see something like that come to fruition and be in your hands. It's just an amazing feeling. So if I can write a book, you guys can all go after your dreams and do whatever you need to do and want to do in life. So take those risks, and let's sing Hallelujah together to finish off, shall we? I heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It starts like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Ready? Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, baby, I've been here before. I know this room, I walk this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I saw your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You say I took the name in vain, but I don't even know the name. And if I did, well, really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Come on, make this louder. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you so much. And thanks for sharing this special evening with us.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Laurie will be signing copies of her books and CDs, which are available for purchase in the rear of the room. Enjoy the rest